I'm going to show how to do the bottoms, how to stitch the bottoms on these bags. This is going to be a project bag. This piece is about, it's a base for a bag, and from the smell of it, I think it's part of its leather. I don't know the outside of its leather. I don't know what's inside, but anyway, to do this, you're going to need, I have 3 hooks here. There's a 3.5mm hook. That's the one you need to go through the holes, because you need it to be quite thin for to get through the holes. So start off with that one, and then I do the first row with a 5mm hook, because the stitches are a little bit small, because I'm actually going to be using 8mm hook for the whole bag. And the first row, after you do it with the 3.5mm, the stitches are too small to get the 8mm hook through. So I start the first row off with a 5mm hook and then go on to the 8mm, but I'll show you that. But anyway, I'm using, it's going to be quite thick, so I have 1 ball of chunky, and these are 2 balls of double knitting, putting the 3 strands together. And when you do the crochet around the base, make sure you have the pointed metal parts facing you. If you start it on that side, those end up on the outside of the bag, and they end up on the inside where you want them opposite way around. So make sure you have them facing you when you're doing it. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to make a slip knot. Get that through. And I'm going to put the hook through the first hole. And pull it through. And when you bring the hook up, bring it level with the side of the bag, the side of the bag base. So we've done the first stitch. I'm going into the second stitch. And again level with the side of the bag, and then bring it through all the wools together. Again, bring it up with the level with the side of the bag, and put your yarn over, pull through all those stitches. It's a little bit difficult because you've got quite a lot of strands of yarn here to get through. I think I've missed some of that stitch there, that thread there, that's it. And you keep on going till you've been through all the holes on the base. And it should look like that all the way around. So I will come back when I get that far. And I'm at my last couple of stitches. that one now, the last stitch. I think there's about 70 stitches all the way around this base. This is a bit larger than the other ones I've been doing. The other ones were being for a peg bag, but this is for a project bag, so it's a bit longer. And now I have to go into the stitch that I started with to join. That's joined it now. And I'm not going to make joins, I'm just going to go around, keep going round and round in circles. So I'm going to change hook from here onto the 5mm one to do the first round. And I'm also going to put this, I could have done this at the start, but I forgot when I started, so I'm going to put the tail end in as well. So I have to pull all those ends tight to make sure they're in right. So I'm going to go into the first stitch. As you can see, it took me all my time to get the hook through that one. So that's the first stitch. And pull through all those strands. And as you can see, I'm having a little job getting the hook through some of the stitches, so the 8mm one wouldn't have went through at all. And I'm going to do the whole, around the whole thing with the 5mm, and then I'll be changing to the 8mm. So I will be back when I get that far. So now we're back where we started, and I'm onto the larger hook now. And I can get through the stitches easier. But I have a lot of trouble now. Get some wool off now. I have a lot of trouble now finding somewhere to hold, because you have to put your hand along the back of the base. It's sort of hard to crochet like that. So I try to keep my fingers behind the hook to stop it from, otherwise it's a bit awkward. Until you get a few rows done. Bit of a tighter stitch there. Till you get a few rows done and you've got something to hold on to. You could hold on to like that. But it is quite difficult until you get a few rows done, and then you have a bit more of the bag to hold on to. Otherwise you have to just try your best to get the hook in and out. Because it's not like when you crochet with a chain, where you start off with a chain, you can hold the whole chain in your hand and that, but with this it is a little bit difficult. And I have quite a bit of difficulty until I get a few rows done, and then I have some of the the sides of the bag to hold on to when I'm doing this. So now I'm just going to go round and round with the 8mm hook until I get it to the height that I want. And that turns, or you'll be turning that around like that. As you get further round, and it'll start coming up into a bag shape. So that's all I can show you for now. I've got to keep going round and round until I get to about 10 inches, because these bags will be about 10 inches high. And I will show you periodically as I get round a few more rows. I'll come back and show you how it goes. As you can see, the bag's getting bigger, and there's a lot more on the side that I can get a hold of now when I crochet, which makes it a lot easier. I'll find my thingy through there. So you see, when you have something to hold on to like that, it's a lot easier. That's a lot easier than having to put my hand across the bag like that and then trying to do it on one side. So it does get easier as you get further up along the bag. So that's a little bit for now, and I will show you more when I get further on with it. So this is how far I've got with the bag, and I have to join in another cake of the white because I've run out of the white. And I'm going to show you how I join the right. How I join another ball. I just cross the stitches, the wool over like that, so you have them in two. Just not that one. Not that one. This is what you usually do for a magic knot. But I'm not doing a magic knot because I don't trust them. I mean, that is quite secure when I keep pulling it, but I still do not trust them because I have put them in my own knitting before and they've come out. A couple of washes and that have come out, but these will not be washed like you think, but I'm still going to show you how I do them. So I keep the yarn like that with the knot there, as tight as I can get the knot so it doesn't show very much. And then I'm just going to crochet. I think I've pulled that white out of there. I'll have to pull that stitch out. Put the wool down there out the way. So I'm going to crochet up to the point where I joined the other ball on. Right, now I'm up to where the two things are there. They're going to take the hook out of there, and I'm going to go into the back of the stitch here and pick up it's the stitch that's nearest the inside of the bag. and just go along there like that until it's all been taken up. Don't think we can get any more in there, but I'll try. There, so I've woven that end in there, and I'm going to do the same with this one, but I'm going to go the opposite way. So I'm going to turn the work around, and I'm going to go into the stitch nearest to you. It's the front part of the stitch this way because I've turned the bag around. That into there, into there, into there, and the last one there. And now I'm just going to crochet around over. I can get my hook back in. Oh, I haven't pulled that too tight. And just crochet as before. So you're crocheting over the end that was where the wool was joined. And that hides it. And when I come back round the other way, I'll do the same. I'll just be crocheting over the top of where I joined that one in, and it can't be seen. And it's much better than a magic knot, because like I said, I do not trust them. So as you can see, I'm probably about halfway up the bag. I've a few more rows to go, and that will be finished. I'll come up to the handles. I'll be back when I get up to the handles. Now we're up to the handles, and I've put some stripes. I've done a couple of rounds of white, a couple of rounds of lemon. I've done one more row of white, and I'm going to do the second one and make the handles. And you'll notice when you do, because you're working in the round, when you change colours, it's always one step above. This is where I started, but the next one. So when I come to join, you don't actually join, you're just crocheting over. When I come to where I started the white, where the yellow ended and I started the white, I just did a slip stitch over there. So it's not quite as high as it would be, but there's nothing you can do about that. It's the way it ends up, because you're working in the round, going round all the time, no joining. So I've counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stitches up to that marker, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up to that marker. And then you count the stitches in between the markers, but don't count the stitches where the markers are. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 stitches in between markers for to make the handles. And I just held the two pieces together like that and put the stitch markers in on the other side, and it's exactly the same. I've got the same number of stitches there and the same number in the centre. So now I'm going to crochet around to where the first marker is. I'll take that stitch marker out because I'm going to go over that stitch. And now I'm going to do a chain, and as I have 12 stitches in there, the chain's going to be a bit longer than that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 12. That's 12, and as you can see, that's more or less the same size as what you have in the centre. So I'm going to add a few more. 13, 14, 15, 16, that should do it. So you want the handle so that it comes just a little bit slacker than what the stitches you have there. Unless you want a really long one where you might want to put the bag over your shoulder, just make a longer chain. But that's just what I'm doing. This one's for that. So I'm going to join this to where this stitch marker is. Take that stitch marker out. And then I'm going to work around to the other stitch markers and do the same again. And I'm now up to the other stitch marker. So I'm going to put my hook in there and take that marker out. Now I'm going to do 16 chain like I did on the other side. 1, 2, 15, 16. And now we're going to join it to the other stitch marker where that is. Take that one out. And crochet those together. And then I'm going to carry on around to where I will be changing the wool to the lemon, and the last row will be done in with the lemon and white. And I'm going to work up to where that lemon is to join that back in again. And now, as I have added some extra white for to do the white, I'm going to cut this bit off. Join in the lemon. And I'm going to take that hook out and work that bit of white in. I don't need it that long. That's just to weave in the end so it's out of the way. That little bit off there because it's a little bit too long. And now I'm going to work with the yellow and the white. And I'm coming up to the handle. I'm crocheting into the same stitch where I started the chain. Now you can either work into the stitch like that, and do that all the way around the chain, like that. You can do that, or you can do what I'm going to do here. Pull that out. I'm going to go underneath the whole chain and just crochet around the whole lot. Where you join the chain to the rest of the bag again. And then just crochet around to the next handle. And now I'm at the other handle, and I'm going to do exactly the same again, just crochet around the whole chain. Till you get to the other side. And we're now at the other side, so we're going to crochet into the stitch where you joined it, and then just crochet until you meet the lemon again on the lemon and white around there. As you get closer to there, we're going to slip 1 or 2 stitches to bring the stitch down. And I'm going to slip the last 3 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3. And then just go into that last one, slip it. And then just cut off the length to weave in. So I have to weave those strands in. That's from there. So that's the finished bag. As you can see, stands up for itself. It's very handy to carry your wool in or whatever you want to do. It could be used for a knitting bag too if you put those little stoppers on the end of your needles. That would stop it going through the holes. But that's that bag finished and ready for me to walk over to the post office and post it off to Melanie.